The FCC filing for the Pocket 4 quietly surfaced a few days ago, and even though the news itself isn't shocking anymore, it's still a huge signal. For DJI, FCC approval is basically the final green light. It usually means launch is only a matter of weeks away, but what makes this round unusually interesting is the timing. With all the ongoing talk in the US about tightening restrictions on DJI imports, it almost feels like DJI is trying to push the Pocket 4 out before anything slows them down. Every clue we've gotten so far is pointing toward a December 2025 release, and yes, the December 18th date keeps popping up from people who've been right before. DJI loves dropping creator-focused products right before the holidays, so the timing lines up almost too perfectly. And now that the FCC part is done, at this point it's not if, it's when. But honestly, the timing isn't even the fun part. What's fun is everything the filing indirectly confirms and everything the leaks have been whispering for the past week. The biggest shock, and still the most controversial leak, is the dual camera setup. When this first hit the rumor cycle, it felt like classic overhype. The Pocket lineup has always been built around simplicity: one gimbal, one sensor, clean and predictable. A dual camera system sounded like something DJI would avoid just to keep the device tiny and reliable, but then more leaks started showing the exact same design over and over again. Render after render, a couple of low-res hands-on clips, mentions from leakers who normally don't waste their time. When different sources all start drawing the same picture, it stops feeling like speculation and starts looking like an actual product. So yes, at this point, the chances of Pocket 4 going dual camera are very real. Now about this sensor, this is where things get messy. Some rumors say a 1-inch sensor, others say 1/1.1 with a variable aperture from f2 to f4. And sure, phones have had variable apertures for a while now, but doing that on a larger sensor sitting on a tiny motorized gimbal, that's a completely different engineering challenge. If DJI actually manages it, it would be incredible, but right now it still feels like one of those features that sounds unreal until you physically see it. There's also a lot of talk about 6K 60 frames per second video. Amazing on paper, but let's be honest, thermals and processing are going to decide whether it's practical. Pocket 3 was already stretching limits with its 4K mode, so for now, I'm putting 6K in the possible, but don't bet your lunch on it category. Battery info is one thing we do know for sure, because it was printed right there in the FCC document. The Pocket 4 battery looks like it's moving up to around 1545 mAh compared to the Pocket 3's 1300. That's a meaningful jump, and honestly completely necessary. A dual camera system in higher-end processing would be pointless if the battery couldn't keep up. Some links also mention more efficient internals and updated image pipelines, which usually means better thermals and cleaner high-resolution performance. The body design looks a little taller with a couple of newly added buttons for faster control. That actually makes sense. The Pocket 3 still forced you into menus too often. If DJI found a way to reduce menu diving, that alone would be a win. Then there was that whole rumor about a second screen, which got way out of hand on social media. After looking at the more reliable leaks, it's almost certainly not a full preview screen. It's probably just a small info display showing basic settings so you don't have to tap around as much. Helpful? Sure. A dramatic redesign? Not really. Another leak that keeps coming up is full 360-degree panning on the gimbal head. If that ends up being real, it might be the biggest usability upgrade in years. No more hitting the rotation limit mid-shot, no more awkward resets, just smooth, continuous movement. But again, ambitious features like this always make me cautious. DJI has surprised us before though. So yeah, there's a lot here. A lot. And the crazy thing is, if DJI delivers even 70 to 80% of what's being rumored, the Pocket 4 instantly becomes one of those launches people remember. A "where were you when this dropped" type of creator gadget. If you're considering buying a Pocket 3 right now, maybe pause for a second. We're simply too close to launch. Unless you absolutely need it today, it makes zero sense to jump in right before the upgrade. And I'm curious, which rumor actually raises an eyebrow at you? The dual camera, the variable aperture, or the fact that DJI keeps making these tiny stabilizers more powerful every generation while the size barely changes? Peace.